Hi everybody, this is Vadim with a little art, Russian art of course, and I will show you some pieces that are really popular in Russian culture. They were popular when I was growing up and I think they still are. And I will make maybe a couple funny, my personal twist on them as we go. Hope you will like it. All right, so number one, not in terms of my being my favorite, I've seen it so many times. It's bears in a pine tree forest. All that art, by the way, I will be showing is like mid and 19th century. Famous Russian painter Shishkin. You have no idea how many times you've seen it, because there you go. Candy wraps, the box of candy also. You see, they changed the layout. But at least the candy wraps were pretty much identical to the original painting. Those candies, actually they were pretty good. I think they started making them like 100 years ago, or maybe even further than that. And they were pretty good, relatively expensive compared to the other things. Seen it so many times, the candy is, when I was growing up. And as far as I know, they keep producing it in the same candy wraps. Well, they changed the design of the painting slightly, but overall it's the same thing. All right, another one that we all know, we people from Russia. 3 knights or 3 mighty warriors, 3 богатыря, the painter Kuznetsov. I don't know, that it's really hard to come up with one specific word for that. Oh boy, I've seen it so many times. Calendars, once again, candies. Well, they didn't really put them on like candy wraps. Like they were luckier than those bears. They were at the cover of the chocolate box. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what painting you will end up looking at when you buy it. Well, I'm joking, of course, you know, because that's how you buy, you will see it. I wonder what kind of chocolate would that be. Never had one. I think this particular one is the recent invention, but I assume it's got to be really good dark one, for real man. After all, I mean, isn't that what the painting implies? 3 dudes. But hold on just a second and scratch my words about the candy wrap. Here it is. Well, it's not really candy, it's like a bar. The chocolate bar. 3 богатыря, 3 knights, and then chocolate with nuts. 3 warriors. In Russian, chocolate with nuts, with the 3 guys on the horses and 3 nuts in the corner, doesn't really ring a bell at all. So it's just natural, but in English, it sounds really funny. 3 nuts and the chocolate with nuts. The interesting thing is that they flipped the picture. They're now looking at it the different directions, so they just like mirrored it over the center, inversed. You will ask me why? Who knows? Maybe for a change. Here it is. Here's one more. Stranger, незнакомка, художник Крамской. Незнакомка is like unknown woman, stranger, somebody that you don't know. Here it is. She is at the cover of the chocolate box. And I assume those chocolates, they should have a really like interesting, unusual feeling, right? Like a mystery kind of something that you would eat and guess, like what's inside? What is a strange component that I am eating? Again, just thinking, otherwise, why would you put that on the cover. Not the three dudes with nuts, or like bears or something. Oh, maybe it's just random. You never know that the mind of that creator is a thing of itself. And when I was looking at those chocolate boxes, I was thinking, why limit yourself? And I came up with a few ideas myself, how those pieces of art could be used. And I'm going to show it to you. Like this one. I think that is a perfect fit, right? For those who don't know, that background is Gold Button, which is million subscribers. Here is another famous painting, Ilya Repin, painter Ilya Repin and Volga boatman. They are dragging that boat that appears to be like in a shallow water or something, but it was a pretty common practice to pull the boats up the river in Volga at some particular places where there's like the wind was too weak or the boat needed a pull. And when you look at the people there, you can see that each one has a personality. What's funny about it is that the guy in the middle, it looks like he is looking like texting somebody. Can you see that he's holding something in his hands? Honey, still pulling. I'll wait. Enjoying the view. Keep the lights on. We'll be late tonight or tomorrow. Now, why don't they use this one? Here's an idea. Group project. Use Microsoft Teams. Here's another one. Also really, really famous. I've seen it so many times. And to me, it just screams a luxury. Just note, she's drinking the tea while having a bunch of fruit on the table. I've never been in a house, I've never seen anybody having a tea with whatever, anything. The cookie, cake, sandwich, whatever, and fruits. Those two things, as far as I know, do not really go together. So it's almost like it is, it feels like it is included here for just like saying, here, I've got it all. And my take on it, something is missing. And that's the only thing that is missing on this painting, red caviar. I would say it's a good advertisement. Come on, people. Here's a free idea for you. Another painting, oh boy. Once again, seen it so many times. I like this painting. Hunters, rest taking a break. Vasily Perov, painter. Because their faces and their pastures, the way they are shown, pretty much tells the picture. Like the older guy is telling a telltale, while as well as listening, someone is doubting. And to me, it was just asking to be in a commercial. Here it is. So that's the older guy is telling the story. How they once took a bottle of vodka with them to the hunt and actually forgot about it and didn't drink it and brought it back. And then the other two, like, one is like, really? Did it really happen? And the one in the middle, no way. And then there is a sales punch. Fairy tales, real stuff. Another painting that everybody, when I was growing up, everybody knew. I forgot the name of the painter. I think it's Avilov. It's the battle of two kind of representative before the major battle between Russians and Tatars in 1380, Kulikovskaya Bitva. And allegedly, now it all happened allegedly because, I mean, after so many years, you can create story. Even if something happened, it's been twisted for so many times that we don't really know. Did it really happen, and how, and what was going on? So now it became a legend. So the guy from the left, representative of Russians, on the right, and you can see representative of the other side, Tatars. And here's the thing. When I was growing up, like 80s, in the 90s, everybody would refer to that as an ending of any action movie. It's like, think about it. Like 99% of the action movies, they end with what? With the battle of the two main characters. Inevitably. It all kind of moves to that. So whenever we were watching a action movie, we will say, okay, and now at the end, we will have a Chalubi, that's on the right, and Peresvet, that's on the left. The battle of Bitva Chalubi с Пересветом, that means like the battle of the two main characters. That's it. That's a final scene of this movie. I know that it kind of makes you like laugh when you're watching like a serious stuff, but well, part of any script, any action movie since 1380. But the painting itself is pretty cool, pretty interesting. Here's a modern one from 1950. I absolutely love it. Just check it out. The name of the painting, you can probably guess. Опять двойка. F again. F is in Russian. In Russia, we have A is 5, then B is 4, F is 3, and then двойка 2 is F. So like, not only he's got an F he brought home. Look at his school bag. Is like the lock is broken. He used the rope. Then there's something hanging from it or something. So that implies that he had a really, really, how should I put it, busy day, and obviously not studying. And the look of the mother is just priceless. She's not really mad at him. She's like, not again. She's just looking at him with such a deep sadness. Of course, younger brother knows and doesn't know any better. Judging by the age, he is not in school yet, and he is slightly spoiled because he is allowed to ride a little bike inside of the apartment, or looks like an apartment. And not everybody would be allowed to do that. And then older sister, that is really, really good. Look at her, how she stands. Her bag is really nice and neat, and the books and everything. She just looks at him like that's the turn of the head. Like, well, aren't you an idiot? Love it. I remember we had that picture in our textbooks for Russian language and the literature, I think sometime in the middle school, and maybe even we wrote an essay about it. We had such pieces of art at the end of the textbook, and like once a month or something, we would write an essay about it, like just describing and what do you see and what do you think is happening? What do you think happens after? That's actually an interesting question, because mother doesn't show any inclination to punish him. She She is wearing an apron, so she was in the kitchen cooking something, most likely. So the only person in this painting who greets him like unconditionally is his dog, which is not surprising. Absolutely, I love it. Interesting, really good. Not that I was at his place. Actually, in my place, in my case, in my case, remove the sister. I would be the younger one who was always just fine, great grades. I never had a problem. My mom never had a problem with me. And my older brother was like, well, not necessarily like this, but bringing trouble all the time. And one more, which is kind of existential. The same painter that painted three warriors, three dudes. It's called Night at the Crossroads, and the writing on the stone goes straight. You're gonna, whoever you are, you will lose your life, and then you go right, you become rich. You go left, you get married. Oh no, that's the second, left and right. That's what painter later told somebody, some of his friends. He actually covered that with like erased it and everything. It's like we do not really see that writing, which is strange. I guess it would be interesting for us, the viewers, to know what's going to happen if he doesn't go straight. But the choice is interesting. Die, then get rich, and then get married. Why not to try it all? First, get rich, then get married, and then try yourself on the main one. I mean, you only die once, so why not? Actually kind of play that final scene from that action movie since 1380. Participate in that. So that's what I think. But overall, of course, there's like a deep meaning of making a choice or something. I think as an illustration, we as a kids, we didn't really see any of that, any of the deep meaning. But now when I look at it, I see, of course, that it's us at the crossroads of life. Well, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what pieces you like the most, and I will see if I make another video about other pieces of art that I actually personally really like my total, absolutely all-time favorites.